Not a second, not an hour, another day. But at this moment, with my arms outstretched,
Good morning, beautiful people. Pray that everyone is doing well today. Welcome to Astute Queen Bee's page. I am Astute Queen Bee. When you come in the door, please ring my doorbell, which is like hitting the like button. I would truly appreciate it. It helped me get back in the algorithm where I was before. And I appreciate you taking the time to come chill out with me for a little bit. Yes, it's a pre recording because in case I get emotional, I'm not going to be a blubbering crybaby on YouTube. I get off when I have to get emotional. But I would appreciate if you just subscribe to the channel. I would truly appreciate it. And I just wanted to tell you a little story time. I try to tell and be as honest as I possibly can. So, what I'm going to do is tell this little story. This is about me. Um, Let me see. That was about a good 10 years ago. Yeah, about a good 10 years ago. I was informed that I was diabetic type 2. So, that was a little weird because it's nothing I ever dreamed of or thought of. But I'm like, okay, fine. What do I need to do to take care of my health? So I went my butt to the doctors and all that good stuff. And I was given 3 medications to take. Well, 2 medications plus insulin. And back then, I didn't know it until I saw my ID picture that I had gained so much weight in my face. Face is already big anyway. But I didn't realize I had gained so much weight. I ended up like 250 pounds. And I'm like, wait a minute, you too short for that. We got to work on this. So that's what I did. Started taking my medicine like I was supposed to. So when I did that, I was taking it for a couple of not even a year, maybe a good 6 months. Then one day I went to bed. I wasn't feeling well. Thought maybe I had the flu or something. I was sweating profusely. I couldn't stay awake. And I was like, what is wrong with me? I really on myself. I was like, oh, maybe you're catching the flu or something. I'm like, okay. I ate my food. I went back to bed. The next thing I know, I wake up on my bedroom floor. Don't know how I got there. Don't know when it happened. All I know is I woke up upside down. My head was at the foot of my bed instead of the head of my bed. Couldn't find my cell phone. And I tried to get up off the floor. As God is my witness, I couldn't move. I couldn't lift my head up. I couldn't pick my feet up. I couldn't even yell out for assistance. Now, when I looked at the clock, it was 2 something. And apparently I was nodding off back and forth because every time I looked at the clock, it was almost like the time hadn't changed. So I'm trying to kick over stuff in my bedroom so my son would hear it and come back there. But apparently I drifted back off, which I know now is unconsciousness, not sleep. And the last time I woke up, I heard a noise. So I started kicking stuff because I was trying to pull myself up literally on my bed and I literally could not lift my body. I had never been so scared in my life and I couldn't hardly hear my voice and it scared me to no end. So I finally knocked something over. My son heard it and I was like telling him, come here, come here, come here. I was like, pick me up off this floor. He was like, what you mean pick you up off the floor? I said, I can't move. He was like, what's wrong? I was like, I don't know. Call an ambulance. I don't know what's going on. I can't move. I literally had to have one of my kids that I call my kids sit on the edge of my bed to keep me from rolling back onto my floor. Call the ambulance. They came. Your sugar shouldn't go below 80. Mine was down to 40. No matter what I did, it wouldn't stay up. It kept going back down to 40 for a long time. And that was the week of my niece's wedding. I missed her wedding because I was in the hospital. And my sugar was down too low and I could not move. So I ended up spending a week in the hospital. and they had to stop all of my medications. And I've never been so scared in my life. And I thank God for another day on this earth. That is partly the reason why I am the way I am. I'm a giving person, and I don't like to play games with people's lives because life is not a game to me, and I take life very seriously. So I don't like when people talk crazy to people or threaten people's lives or anything like that. So that is part of my issue with people doing the things that they do and digging into people's medical records and stuff like that. But I just wanted to share that little story with you. So just in case you are diabetic or you know somebody that is diabetic, please be mindful and keep an eye on them, because if their sugar goes too low or too high, they could end up in a coma. Thank God I didn't end up in a coma or die from it, but apparently they said I was drifting out of consciousness, and that is why I kept waking up. When the ambulance got there, I'm like, yo, it's bright as hell to be 3 o'clock in the morning. She was like, ma'am, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So that means I was nodding off and on for 12 hours, stuck and stranded on my floor where I could not move. So if you know anybody in your family, please make sure they are taking their medication. Please make sure that they are up on their health and they are eating properly, because that is the scariest feeling in the world. I've never been so scared for my life in anything. I could walk the streets late at night. I'm not scared of none of that. But when I couldn't move and I had no control or functions of my body, and I begged God to help me, and He couldn't at that point in time, I've never been so terrified in my life. So please be careful if you are diabetic. Make sure you are taking your medication on a regular, and do not allow anybody to deter you from taking care of your health. Because without your health, your life may never be the same. Because I was afraid I was going to lose a limb, but I was eating correctly and doing what I was supposed to do. So I thank God for that. And I thank God for an extra day on this planet every single day, because He didn't have to wake me up that day, but He did. And I'm not going to keep y'all because this is starting to make me emotional. But I thank anyone that came through to listen to my story. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Have a blessed day, and I will holler at you all later. This is Stu Queen. Be out.